Hello, beautiful souls and healing warriors. Samantha here. I am sitting in bed making content because Spirit does not want me, or I don't know if they want me, but I am so dead tired in the morning lately, and it's like I'm going back after I left working in the hospital where I worked overnight. I started to kind of get a normal sleep habit. And now it's like, let's stay up all night, Sam. But I'm like inspired. Like a lot of messages are coming through, a lot of downloads are coming through, like the content is just flowing out of me. And then during the day, it's like I'm just trying to like pick up the scraps. I'm like, one foot in front of the other, let's go. But I am like still in bed. Like I am like dead. Like I'm dead weight in bed. So Speaking of being inspired, I was inspired to randomly jump on here and do a little video. This video is on a couple different things. Hopefully, I don't have too much ADD with it. Before I get into my ADD, I have learned how much I love matching pajamas. And look at my matching. It's like a onesie, but like, how cute. And it was on Shein, SHEIN, for like $4. Anyways, focus. So there's a lot of energies have been stirring around lately. I mean, always. But Mother Earth is going through her own uprooting. She's going through her own solar plexus empowerment. She's going through her own fire breath. She's going through her own shifting. When she shifts, we shift. But we are meant to be shifting. And when we work with her, our shifting comes more with ease. Now, what I should have like listed out what I was going to say before I came on here. Focus. Okay. What I have come to realize, learn, and become very aware of over my own inner work journey, my shadow work, is that every single time we up level, every single time we become aware of another layer being peeled and blossomed within our life, the universe, I don't like to use the word test because I don't believe it's test. The universe challenges us more. It's like, let's peel that layer even deeper and bring some excitement into your life. So, for instance, let's say you just cut off a friendship, right? Like in a very positive way, the most loving way you can, but it was a toxic relationship. Let's say you cut that relationship off. Well, now you just stood in your power, right? You stood in your truth. You set a healthy boundary. Well, now the universe, which is really your higher self, like your deepest wisdom's up there going like, do. Let's see how much you value that healthy boundary. We're going to now teeter-totter or wave in front of you all of the other relationships that are also causing toxicity in your life. And we're going to wave them in front of your face and challenge you. Or they're going to bring forth different situations that will make you stand in your truth even more and set that healthy boundary even deeper. Now, we set this plan in motion. Like we have decided our lives before we incarnated. And the more we can remember that, the easier the energy shifts and it moves quicker. We stop getting so caught up in the drama or the trauma or situation at hand or the person that's coming at us, right? Like verbally or physically, emotionally, whatever. Because energy is energy, it moves. The more you allow it to just pass and you feel it, you observe it, and then you just like, okay, and you let it move its way out, the faster it moves its way out. Now, when you're doing like root chakra work on yourself, right? Which is your attachments to the external environment, which is tribal attachments, survival instincts. It's also like where when you grow up and your family has all of these different beliefs, right? And those beliefs become part of your beliefs. But later, those beliefs don't really make you feel good anymore. And you start releasing those beliefs one by one. Well, it's going to trigger the people who haven't released those beliefs. And when that triggers those people are unaware that they are, in a sense, triggering you back because they're pushing either their opinion, they're voicing something to you, they're getting aggravated with you because you just went to one of their ego centers, because that belief probably was never their belief either. You just had the balls enough to stand in your power and to honor that, yeah, that belief doesn't feel very good to me. I don't really like that pattern. I'm going to drop it. And everyone that is energetically attached to that attachment that you grew up with or is in your life is going to feel that. And when that happens, they become triggered. When they become triggered, you, since you've released it, you then question, like, well, did I do something wrong? Like, I'm just standing in my power. Like, I'm doing what I want. I didn't hurt anybody. But some people make you feel like you just threw a rock at their face. Don't let that get you caught up, because you're taking initiative and you're working on yourself. Every single time we work in a different energy center, or we reflect, we journal, or we step into a new element of ourselves, something happens to have us question that, to see how much we believe in ourselves. And it's not to put us down or like think that it's way too much hard work, but to be like, yeah, I conquered it once, I'm going to conquer it twice. Because each time you conquer it, that's actually another layer dropping, another timeline coming into an alignment with you. That's you ascending, that's you growing. And it's very uncomfortable. And it's super uncomfortable when you're like, finally, I just stood up for myself. I was like, I'm not gonna take that situation anymore. Or you do something for yourself that betters you, right? And you feel good about it. And then it's like, for instance, right? When I bought when I bought pajamas, because I was like, I work from home, it's summertime, but like, I'm realizing as a human, like, I still want to look good. And I still want to look cute. I want to love my body even more, because I'm in that phase now of physical awakening, which is a whole nother video. But I'm in that embodiment awakening stage, and there's many stages to awakening. And my body was like, I want you to put on some like comfy, soft clothes that you sleep in that's free. Rather than like the same old t-shirts and everything you've been wearing. Like, bring some color, like feel good, wake up and look in the mirror and be like, oh, I look cute, right? And while I was purchasing it, I'm like, no, this is stupid. Like, this is so ego driven. This is so materialistic. This is retarded. Like, I don't have money to be spending on clothes. And then I sat there with myself and I reflected. Well, which one is right? Is the ego condition part the one that's saying buy the clothes, buy the clothes, buy the clothes, whatever, like whatever? Or does my higher self be like, you deserve to look good, like feel good in your body, right? There's all these conflicts. So I buy the clothes, and then I tap back into matrix reality. I look at one of my credit cards, and I was late paying a credit card, and I was like, oh crap. And for some reason I heard, well, that's why you shouldn't have bought those clothes. Maybe if you weren't paying attention buying those clothes, you would have paid for your credit card, because I was meaning to pay my credit card bill. Instead, I got distracted buying clothes. So I could have sat there and beaten myself up, and I was like, you know what? I'm just going to email the credit card company and ask them for a waiver on the late fee and pay the thing in full. And they gave it to me because I didn't let it get me down. And I know that's a silly little incident. There's many others. And when we are going through transitions, when we are going through changes, when we are truly awakening and stepping into our power in whichever way it is, whether it be feeling better, looking better, doing that deep shadow work, it gets crunchy. And the people around us that don't understand inner work cannot meet you to understand the energy it takes to do inner work, right? That's why it's so important to have a coach or a mentor, or a group, a tribe who's working on themselves at the same time as you, because it keeps you in alignment, it keeps you accountable. It allows you to have someone who understands that when you're riding high, a wave's gonna come, right? You're not gonna let it crash you. You're gonna freaking ride that wave, keeping your head above the water, and you're gonna feel good about it, even though there's a lot of shit going on underneath the surface, right? There's a lot of fish, there's a lot of seaweed, there's a lot of things going on underneath the surface, but you're gonna ride the wave because you know that you're stronger than whatever the wave, whatever the current is, you're stronger in it. And the reason why you're stronger is because you gave yourself this life and all of these potentials. And because of all the potentials you've chosen up to today, have made impact on the potential of choosing right now. So knowing that you are the creator of your reality and that energy is energy, you are energy, you control letting the energy bring you down underneath the wave and you get tossed and turn and you go through a crazy current, riptide, or you're like, I'm gonna pretend that I'm walking on water here and I'm just gonna glide. I'm gonna figure it out. I'm just gonna let it go. It's super emotional, super uncomfortable, but I'm gonna listen to my body. I'm gonna trust in the higher power. I have faith in my higher self. I have faith in source. I have faith in the angels. I have faith in the universe. I have faith that all of this work I've been doing on myself, or that I plan to do on myself, is for my highest and best. Because it is. Now, the other thing I wanted to say is that at the beginning of June, I made a video about a different form of like listening to yourself and a different type of inner work, right? Because inner work is getting wisdom from inside, obviously. Inside is we all have a God in us because we are God. We made from God. Even the people we perceive are bad, everyone is made from some type of source, right? So whenever you choose the light, that means you're not choosing the darkness. The darkness is the shadow parts. What that means is when you're choosing the light, you are allowing that light to shine on your shadows, to shine on that darkness, and bring it into the light and hold it and comfort it and embody it and love it. Every day and every moment you choose not to reflect, not to pause and breathe and sit with yourself, and instead you're choosing to bypass that and allow all the turmoil around to overcome you and drop you under that wave, right? You are choosing the shadow, you're choosing the darkness. Something wrong with that. The more you do it, the more you do it, the more you do it, the harder it's going to be to come above the wave and stay afloat, right? Now, the beginning of June, like I was saying, I made a video about investing in myself and another type of awakening for myself. Well, I decided to sign on for this 6-week challenge where I lose 10% of my body weight and go to kickboxing 3 times a week and eat this certain strict diet. I was all about it. I put the money down, bang, right? It has been 7 days since I started. And the last few days, I have been feeling like shit. My stomach is extremely bloated. It hurts. I have a headache. And I feel so heavy. And what I mean by heavy is energetically. It took me probably a good 2 years to really feel good in my body And eating how I was eating a lot less than, the diet say you should, and all the books say you should, because we are truly energy. And if you even look up yogis and Buddhas and people who get to that true awakening ascension stage, you can live off air. It's a real thing, look it up. And water, because we are made out of water. We can actually call on the nutrition and energy of a lot of things to get us by. And that's what I was doing, especially when I had days of clients. I would just eat fruit, drink a protein shake, and water. I didn't want anything heavy because it weighed me down. And I got so excited about starting this weight loss journey to like be more embodied and working out more and doing all this stuff and having more energy and losing weight, to just feel better. Because if you watch my other video, when I got in cancer, first cancer scare, they were like, you got to start working out, you start loving your body more. I didn't do it. Then I actually got cancer. And that was a message again. It was like, Sam, TikTok, right? That crunchy, it gets crunchier, 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 because there's a wave, there's a bunch of shit happening underneath the wave. And if you're not cognizant of it, if you're not aware of it, there's a problem. And if you're aware of it and you don't do anything about it, it becomes a deeper problem. So I was very aware of it. And I decided to invest in myself rather than for the business, for myself, for my health. So I invested in something that would literally challenge me to work out. It feels fucking good. Like I work out every day now and I'm stretching and I'm dancing and I'm moving and it feels really good. But I've changed my entire diet quickly to fit a mold for this challenge. Now, I have preached before to Maria, to people, to myself, and to clients. Diets are made as one size fits all. We are not one size fits all. Same with the medical diagnosis, same with any type of health. And here I go, because I am so on this like high of challenging my body, stepping into my body, finally listening to working out, that I totally went overboard, switched my entire diet to eating protein like the entire freaking day, drinking 2.5 liters of water, so many veggies. Like I was meal prepping, which was another challenge because I have total ADD, and like organizing and meal prepping is so hard for me. But I figured it out. And you just do a couple days at a time. You set a small goal, and it's fine. So I weighed myself today because my weigh-in is tomorrow morning. I have actually gained weight. And I was like, freaking kidding me? But my stomach is huge. And the reason why I started working so much on what I ate rather than like the physical activity, what I ate, is because when I was a nurse going in and like a few years in, I got stomach ulcers, I got diverticulitis. I had a lot of stomach issues. My stomach could be super bloated and painful because I was letting all people's energy in. I wasn't watching what I was eating. I wasn't eating intuitively. I was just eating. And then once I started cutting everything out and finding what was good for me, I started feeling better in my body, having more energy. I liked what I was eating. And then I realized within this last week, I just totally went back. So yes, I'm working on my physical body. Yes, my emotional state and my spiritual state is still great. But I literally didn't listen to my body in a sense, because I was like, oh, I've done so much work on myself. I can now eat what's in this plan and it'll work out for me. And I've been waking up feeling like shit. Like so much shit. Even though my skin looks so much better because I'm drinking a lot more water. So I'm going to keep doing that. But I'm going to go back to doing the eating that I was doing. Intuitive eating. Eating what felt right to me, not because I was told to eat it. And it's not knocking their type of diet plan, but it is not for me. And instead of me beating myself up or pushing through the 6 weeks, I'm listening to my body, because after the 6 weeks, I already know how fucked up my stomach's going to be, because like I can't even poop now, and it hurts. And this is what problem was 2.5 years ago, because I was whatever. So last night before I went to bed, I asked Spirit and my higher self, please send me some healing dreams, send me some downloads of what I'm supposed to do with my body and what I'm supposed to be eating, because I cannot make it through the next 5 weeks feeling this heavy while trying to be aligned. Like, I just can't, because what's happening in the earth, which is what I started the video about, we are being upgraded. We are going from a carbon body to a crystalline body. When that happens, our energy shifts. We actually need to eat lighter foods. We need to not have as much carbonation, toxins. We need to release the toxins from our body. We're supposed to be eating less meat, less heavy foods, no dairy, because we are literally becoming light. So you think of a feather, right? A feather is light. You take a quarter is a little bit heavier, right? Quarter is solid, feather is lighter. I don't know why I'm using this metaphor, but whatever. I feel like I have pounds and pounds and pounds of quarters in me since starting this diet. And I'm working out more. I feel more like shit. Versus if I just started working out and eating how I was intuitively eating, where I felt like a feather. And so when I woke up this morning, because when I went to bed, I asked Spirit, give me some guidance. When I woke up this morning, I had excruciating belly pain. My head felt like I was hung over, like I drank 20 bottles of wine I haven't drank in 7 days. And I could not get up. Like, I was bent over going to the bathroom. And all I heard and all I saw was how I used to eat. Like, here's a cucumber with some basil and some hummus on it. Here you go. Here, like, here's your water with lemon, your tea, and, some mangoes with some stuff on it. Here's a banana. And I was like, I'm sitting in the bathroom and I couldn't go to the bathroom. And I was in so much pain and my head hurt. My body was shaking. I was literally, I don't even know what you call it, but my body is rejecting like physically rejecting the diet, and I need to listen to my body. So the point of this long thing is the fact that I was so excited. I listened, intuitively listened, right? But I went over and I listened to what the norm is. I listened to what everyone else does rather than listening to myself. This was another stage of awakening for me to be like, okay, I can still lose 10% of my body weight by working out and eating what I've been already intuitively eating. I can do that, and I can still be healthy. And it's going to piss off my coaches because they're in this one way, and it's not my fault, because I am doing more damage to my body by not listening to it. Not because I'm being stubborn. I still have meal prep for the entire week. Well, for the next 2.5 days. But I have food for the entire week. I even bought Tupperware. But I'm going to do it my way. And I'm still going to lose the 10% weight. I'm still going to feel better in my body. But I'm going to go back to feeling like a freaking feather with muscles, with good skin, and happier, and not have freaking headaches. And I know that the ascension symptoms are just adding to the heaviness of the diet. Because everyone right now, if you are listening to this still, if I didn't bore you, ascension symptoms, headaches, migraine, sinus, stomach, backache, fatigue. Oh my God, the fatigue, body pains, it is an ascension system. Your physical body is literally being recalibrated and reset. And the more aware of it you are, the easier it'll be, and the less you'll be like, I need to go and get a test. I need to go do this. I need to go to the doctor, blah, blah, blah. Yes, if things get bad or you feel like you need to go to the doctor, go ahead. And this is not medical advice, but this is spiritual advice of embodying your body by listening to your intuition, by listening to your body. Every morning, rub your hands together, get the fire going, right? Start touching your body, wake your body up, wake it up, head to toe. Ask yourself, what do I need today? And if you feel like crap, ask yourself why you feel like crap. Is it what you ate before you went to bed? Is it what you watched? Is it anxiety for the day ahead? Or is it a health thing? And even ask, is this an ascension symptom? As crazy as it may sound, ask. You will intuitively know the answer. We are all the time being told the answers. We just don't follow them. And that just reminded me of when the coaches asked me if I'd be able to do the diet. I said, well, I can't have milk. I can't have lactose. Can't have a lot of that gluten. I don't eat a lot of that meat. They were like, well, then switch to yogurt, switch to this. And I was like, can I have almond or coconut? No, too much sugar in it. I'm like, okay. And I remember my body actually like feeling like, oh, this isn't going to be good. And it wasn't my ego being like, what do you mean? It wasn't my ego rebelling about not having coconut milk. It was my body, which I'm just freaking realizing now. It's a week later. Just a week though. See how quickly I was aware. I didn't push through. My body was like, ooh, because when they told me I had to eat meat, like 4.5 ounces, 3 times a day with shakes and protein shakes in between, I remember seeing my actual organs pop out of my body and be like, and then me being like, oh, I'm good. I can do what they say. I can accept the challenge. The only challenge I have to accept is losing 10% body weight to get my money back and to feel better in my fucking skin. That's all I need to do. So anyways, so it's a crunchy moment for me today, realizing that I'm still going to challenge myself, but to not beat myself up because I cannot do what is exactly guided for me to do to be part of the challenge. And I'm going to tell the coaches that I'm not going to follow their diet like that because I can't. It hurts me. Because that's me standing in my truth and owning myself, me pushing past it, and me taking fake pictures and sending it to them, which I'm supposed to be taking pictures all the time anyways, is just perpetuating a lie. It's not being true. It's not standing in my power. Because maybe, just maybe, because I seem to be the one that always breaks some type of cycle, maybe just maybe I am the person that drops those seeds of an enlightenment on the diet fad of everyone eats this way. Don't eat these. Like, you tell me not to eat half of an avocado, which is really good fat because there's fat in it, but you want me to eat bison burger? I'm not knocking them. It's worked for many people. It's not working for me. I'm energy. We're all energy. We're all being upgraded. So don't get down on yourself when you're growing, you're learning, you're doing your work, and you become aware. Rather, sit with it and ask yourself, what do I need? And if it's hard for you to receive the answers, write it down on a piece of paper, put it on an altar, ask spirit, be like, Spirit, I'm leaving this to you. Was it ego out, God in, right? That saying. Spirit, I'm leaving this up to you. Please just bring me the answers. Who do I need to let go of? What chakra do I need to work on? What inner work do I need to do now? What food is best for me to eat? And if you can't get the guidance right then, leave it on an altar, put it on a piece of paper, put a crystal on it, light a candle, burn it, and then just observe your day and be aware of the answers. If they want you to work on your heart chakra, and then all of a sudden you start seeing hearts everywhere, and you're like, oh my God, why am I seeing hearts everywhere? Oh, I asked what chakra I wanted to work on. Oh wow, I'm seeing ads for children. Oh my God, I loved that childhood book. You're walking through Target, you see that childhood book, Goodnight Moon, right? It's like, that's weird, so much child things. Oh, I asked for what inner work I should do. Child work, inner child, right? Oh, what food should I not be eating? And then you see all these things about red meat. That's probably what I should not be eating. Spirit is always sending you the answers because you are always sending yourself the answers. Just be aware of them. And if anyone is in your life trying to challenge those answers while you stand in your truth and your power, let them challenge you. Do not take in their energy. Stand in your power and do it for you. Because by you standing in your power will vibrate to them. Maria and I talk about this all the time. And when you're tired, rest. When you have a headache, put a cool cloth on it, essential oils, deep breathe in and out, call in the amethyst crystal. That'll come in and help. But just sit with yourself, have patience. And if you're a little bit more sluggish during the day like me, just allow it. If you get inspired at night, just allow it. Allow how your body is moving, even if it's different than it was yesterday. Allow it, because timelines are dropping and we're learning how to become aligned, become balanced, become one. If it's in our highest and best right now. If it is not in our highest and best right now, you are probably not watching this video. But more people will be wakening up through, and if they continue not to listen to themselves and listen to their body, and they continue to choose the shadow and the darkness, you'll become very crunchy, and they'll become physically ill, mentally ill, until they seek the right support, which will not be a pill. That's all I have to say. I love you all. Whoever's still listening, thank you. But do what feels good for you. If it's buying pajamas, buy some pajamas. If it's, I don't know, just do whatever you feel, do what feels good for you that doesn't hurt anybody else. Okay? I love you. Have a beautiful, beautiful night, morning, day, evening, siesta, summer, wherever you are.